This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Riley Smith.
Good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Today is Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. We're so glad you could join us for today's show. In today's episode, I had the chance yesterday to head out to the Food Bank of Iowa and witness a massive donation of food from Smithfield Foods and Hy-Vee. Lots of great things going on there. That's going to provide over 100,000 meals to food-hungry families across the state. Great news there. We'll have conversations from that event. We will also have a check of that ag weather outlook, but first let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of another trading day in the ag marketplace, we're here with Tyler Shaw of agmarket.net. Tyler, what did we see going on in the grain marketplace today?
We actually saw soybeans up really strong in the overnight and early this morning, and then they just hit a wall. Traded right up to the 10-day moving average, which has been kind of acting as a significant resistance really for the entire month of September. And apparently in the last week of the month, it wanted to remain in force, and the market kind of rejected that level up and around 13.17 and sold off and basically closed the day unchanged on November beans. Corn had a strong day, another strong day. That's 4 good positive days in a row for corn, come quite a ways off our lows, and the wheat market just continues to get hammered.
Now, at this point, obviously the Fed news last week had that impact on the marketplace. This Friday, we've got the quarterly grain stocks report, really just kind of waiting for news from that, right?
Yeah, the market, especially corn, beans, and wheat, is just kind of sitting back, waiting to see how for corn and beans anyhow. This quarterly grain stocks report is basically it's a look at how close have all these WASDE reports come to predicting what would be left in the bin 1st of September, which is the end of the marketing year. John Stewart and Associates, who Ag Market is affiliated with. John Stewart has always said that if you want a government report that's really hard to handicap, it's the quarterly stocks report. So it's really hard to guess it, which is why the last few years, a lot of people will come out and say, oh, we were really surprised by that quarterly stocks report. So, right now, a lot of people are, if you look at the analysts, a lot of folks are looking for no real surprises, and maybe that's where we'll see the surprise. It's hard for me to justify or rationalize right now seeing any type of very bullish surprise out of that, just the way the September December spread worked on corn as September went off the board. Same for the spread in soybeans. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. We've been surprised before, but not looking for any fireworks on Friday.
And then, of course, we always expect that, no big changes. And then, of course, the last quarterly stocks report, we had the big surprises from that. And it's just one of those things where we look at these reports and it feels like, especially lately, that the USDA and then what we're seeing is kind of on the different page most of the time.
Yeah, and that's where that's why we get the report, I guess is what I should say. That we find out how much actually did get used. Maybe there was some more business that we didn't know about export wise. Maybe the ethanol we tend to have a pretty good idea on because that's a reported information. So maybe we fed more to livestock. Maybe we produced less. That's where the surprise has come the last few years. Just kind of for reference, they'll go back and change the year prior yield. So like last year on soybeans, they went and lowered the 21-22 crop yield, which changed where we ended up at. So there can be a lag in there where they can come in and change some of that information. Like I said, using the best information we've got, we just aren't expecting a lot of changes right at the moment.
And then in the livestock marketplace, are those markets mostly reactionary to the grains right now, or do we have any movers for those prices?
I would say it's more the cattle market, we've been saying all along, fundamentals are strong. The cattle aren't there. It's really hard for feedlots to go and find cattle. The packers pushing hard to find harvest ready cattle. So those markets haven't changed. We haven't magically created more cattle that are available. What we've been saying all along is it's going to take some type of a macro event that really disrupts demand. Demand has stayed quite robust throughout this year. And all you got to do is go look at hamburger or steaks at a grocery store and see that the price is high, but people are still buying it. We've been looking. That's been the the concern is what happens if there's some type of macro event. And I would say maybe the canary in the coal mine. If you look at these metals, gold, silver, platinum, copper have all just been getting hammered here recently. Big sell off in a lot of those metals markets. Usually that's an indicator of some economic issues in China. We got a looming government shutdown coming up Friday, end of the weekend. We got a lot of macro events, and don't forget the dollar's over 106 now. In fact, I just looked; it's 106.50. So all of that can be negative to export business, and it's just got this market, on razor's edge. And so I think in the cattle, you just saw a lot of people exiting yesterday, taking some profits, which then leads to some stops getting triggered, and just kind of a mass exodus out of that feeder calf and fat cattle market.
And then in the hog marketplace, have they been able to find some footing recently with those struggles that they had over the summer, or we kind of just in that coasting mode right now with those markets?
It feels like maybe we found some footing. Late last week, Thursday and Friday, the hog market just melted down. We traded down over $5 in a matter of 2 days. Feels like maybe we found some footing. I'll remind people the cash price and the cutout value is well above the October futures board right now, and the cash and the October board have got to come together. So either cash has got to come down some in the near term, or the October futures have got to continue to move higher. I've seen it work both ways. I've seen it where the cash has really sold off and met with the futures, and the traders knew what they were looking at. And I've seen it where the futures have got to go catch up. Cash market just doesn't care. We'll have to wait and see how the next few weeks play out.
Lots of great information today, Tyler. For those of our listeners and viewers who would like to get in touch and get more great marketing analysis from the folks at agmarket.net, how can they do that?
Look us up on the internet, agmarket.net. If you want to call direct, the number 701-987-6009.
Great talking with you as always, Tyler, and we'll speak again soon.
You bet. Take care, guys.
That again was Tyler Schau of agmarket.net. We'll go ahead and take a look at how those numbers closed. That's courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. December corn is up 3.5 at $4.83 1/4. November soybeans up 1/2 cent at $13.03 1/4. December soybean meal down $3.60 at $3.89 Soybean oil at 53 cents at $58.24. Chicago wheat down 9.5 at $5.79 1/2. Minneapolis spring wheat down 15 3/4 at $7.50 3/4. Kansas City hard red wheat down 16 even at $6.94 1/2. December oats up 4 1/4 at $4.37 1/4. On the Merc, October live cattle up a dime at $184.90. October feeders down $1.62 at $252.25. October lean hogs up 50 cents at $82.12. October pork cutout up 40 cents at $92.65. Class 3 milk down 12 cents at $16.86. And that's been a check of the markets here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association, and the Soy Checkoff. When we come back, we have coverage of that very generous donation yesterday at the Food Bank of Iowa. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Smithfield Foods and Hy-Vee Incorporated are standing together to fight against hunger by donating several tons of food to the Food Bank of Iowa. Now, like I said earlier, that's over 100,000 meals that will be provided to people across the state who are in need of food. It's one of those things where you think that food insecurity, isn't in your area, it's got to be somewhere else, but this is a problem that we see across the state, so they're always in need of those donations. I talked with the CEO, Michelle Book, about just how big this donation is for the food bank and how it's already putting their new expansion to good use. We are here at the Food Bank of Iowa in Des Moines talking with Michelle Books. She is the CEO of the Food Bank of Iowa, and Smithfield and Hy-Vee have partnered up to donate 100,000 meals to the food bank. Michelle, obviously, last time we talked about woohoo gifts. This is another one of those, and what a big one to get.
We're just thrilled. Protein is really difficult for a lot of Iowans to afford at the grocery store right now, so this fresh, lean, clean pork product will go out to 55 counties immediately. We'll put it in inventory today. The orders will be picked and pulled, and it will be in 55 Iowa counties later this week.
A big topic from that presentation today is, you think that food insecurity, it's like, oh, it has to be somewhere else. It doesn't happen near me. But we know that it does happen in the state, and it's a big issue that we see in the state. And to see 100,000 meals get donated, what a huge boon to have in that effort.
Yeah, we're grateful for the partnership with Smithfield and Hy-Vee both. It takes the whole community coming together to solve a big societal issue like this one, like hunger.
And it's one of those things as well where they mentioned if you can do good, do it. So we have Hy-Vee, they're rounding up on their grocery purchases to the nearest dollar to donate the money to food banks. We've got Smithfield, they have the capacity to donate. Even Hy-Vee stores at the local level are donating extra food that they have, and it's all in the mission of making sure that nobody goes hungry.
Well, we're all in the business of feeding people, Smithfield, Hy-Vee, and Food Bank of Iowa, so it makes sense that we would come together in this effort of making sure food insecure Iowans can put food on the table as well.
And Michelle, of course, last time we talked about this new expansion that we're standing in right now. What a great usage of this new expansion to bring this donation in, right?
Well, we just took possession of a brand new, very large freezer June 1st, and this will help fill it up. It won't stay long. It's going to come in. It's going to go right out again. But this is why we built the expansion, so we can accept more frequent and larger donations of meat and produce.
Michelle, hopefully we get to see so many more of these donations come in and as quickly as possible. Thanks for taking the time to visit with us. And, of course, we know we have some more meals to pack, right?
Well, absolutely. Folks are going to be working in the Volunteer Center today. This was a great opportunity for us to kick off our Meet the Need, Meet M-E-A-T campaign this fall. So if you can contribute to Meet the Need, go to foodbankiowa.org to contribute. Or if you need help right now, go to Food Bank Iowa, click the Get Help button to find a pantry near you.
Michelle, thanks for taking the time to visit with us today, and good luck as you guys continue to, find better and just new uses for this facility.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Riley, for being here.
Also spoke with Nate Stewart. He is the district store director of that Hy-Vee in Waukee. If you've been to Hy-Vee recently to get your groceries, you know that you're always asked if you want to round up your purchase to the nearest dollar, and then those cents go to local food banks, and that's what has allowed them to partner with Smithfield and make this massive donation possible. Now, Nate, we just had a great kind of presentation here of a donation between a partnership of you guys and Smithfield Foods to bring hundreds of thousands of tons of food to the Food Bank of Iowa. Just tell us a little bit about this donation today.
Well, this donation from Smithfield is just exceptional, and the Food Bank of Iowa and all the food banks we deal with just do an amazing job keeping people going. The amount of pork products that they delivered today will equate to 30,000 meals. And that's part of our 100 million meal challenge that Hy-Vee committed to last October. And to have a supplier partner like Smithfield to step up this big is just incredible for us.
Right, and obviously a lot of this on your guys' end is through the 100 meals and everything, and having that many meals, of course, as well through your project. Just tell us a little bit about how that project goes, especially as you mentioned during the presentation, with just rounding up for those food, especially when people are making those purchases at Hy-Vee.
Absolutely. So our chairman challenged us with this last October, and our goal was to partner with a lot of our suppliers, and we would run special ads and do certain things to help raise money. And our suppliers would donate some of that money, but the other part of it is our customers are donating every time they shop. We have a roundup program where a customer can round up to the nearest dollar on their grocery order. Overwhelmingly, our customers are so incredibly generous. Most of the time it's a yes, and a vast majority of the time it's a yes. But every single day, every single transaction, people are giving their neighbors the ability to have meals, and that's what we're all about in the Midwest. So it's just a wonderful thing to see happen.
And it's just the little things too, right? Because it might not seem that 35 cents that you donate when you round up might not seem like a lot, but when we get hundreds of thousands of people, every day going through, rounding up a little bit. That adds up super fast, and that's what allows donations like this to happen, right?
Absolutely. When you look at the scale of HyVee, we're approaching 300 stores. So you take 300 stores, type that many transactions, and it can be a dime or a nickel or 20 or 30 cents, whatever that is. But the sheer volume of that going through really does add up. And it's cliche to say every little bit matters, but it really does. That's how you get to 100 million meals. It's every day, all day long.
Now, Nate, of course, this isn't the only donation you guys are partnering up on. Just tell us a little bit more about some more of your food donation efforts.
A lot of our local markets take care of their local food banks, and we've been very involved with this. We'll do several of these throughout the year. We'll do campaigns where we work with our supplier partners to say, hey, if you have extra product or you want to work on something, we'll do a promotion with your product, but we would like a donation as payment for that promotion or whatever that might be. Or we'll just at our local stores with our local food pantries, we have bakery goods and some things like that they'll come get up, and it just helps them complete a meal for somebody. So it literally is as grassroots as it could possibly be. Each store location working with each food pantry in their town, literally every single day, trying to help them get there. Damaged cans in the back room or cans that we have long on or things that we want to move, instead of marking them down and selling them at a reduced retail, we just give it away because we have the ability to do great things. So that's our job, is to do great things to help our communities.
It's like was said earlier, if you can do good, do it. So Nate, thanks for stopping by and taking the time to visit with us today. And of course, you guys have some more food to pack up, right?
Absolutely. We're going to go pack potatoes in a little bit here, so we're pretty excited.
Yep. Thanks for the time, Nate.
You bet. Thank you very much.
And of course, this donation required some food products. Those came from Smithfield Foods. Talked with Jonathan Toms. He's the Senior Community Development Manager with Smithfield Foods, and he provided some insight on their efforts to fight food insecurity as well. Smithfield just partnered with HyVee to donate 100,000 meals to the Food Bank of Iowa. Jonathan, this is a massive donation to have. Just tell us a little bit about this effort.
Yeah, we're so excited to be here in the Food Bank of Iowa, right? Smithfield's a food company, so feeding people is what we do. And we make donations of protein just like this to food banks all over the country. But when it's in a community that we call home, like Iowa and the Des Moines community here, it just means a little bit more, touches your heart, and makes you feel good about giving back and supporting these places where our employees live, work, and raise their families. So on the truck over here, we just presented the donation of over 120,000 servings of protein that are going to get out into the community and really make a difference for those who need it most.
And of course, that protein, those pork products that are being donated today, pork being one of the most nutrient-dense proteins that you can donate to a food bank. And obviously, the food bank needs that right now with their Meet the Need campaign. Just a great partnership to have, the opportunity with HyVee having the funds through their rounding up, you guys having the meat supply, and the food bank having the ability to give that to people who need it.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful example that everyone has a role to play in the fight against hunger, right? So whether you are a food producer like Smithfield Foods, making this donation of protein products that are really the type of a product that the food bank needs the most, as you mentioned, whether you're HyVee making a difference both in your stores and out in the community, or the folks here at the food bank making sure that the product that we're donating are getting into the hands of the folks who need it most, or if you're just somebody at home making financial donations, canned food donations, or volunteering your time, your talents to come in and support the food bank in their mission, we all have a part that we can play.
Right, it's like you guys mentioned earlier, if you can do good, do it. And we see that on display here today. But as you just said too, it doesn't have to be massive donations that are made to these food banks. It can be small monetary donations. If farmers have extra meat in their freezers to donate, it's really anything that can be donated should be, because it's a big effort.
Yeah, absolutely. When we look at it, as I mentioned before, we're a food company. So feeding people is what we do, whether that means in the grocery store or out in the communities where we operate. We believe in giving back to our communities and making a difference.
And of course, this part of your guys' Helping Hungry Homes campaign. Tell us a little bit about that campaign and some of the other efforts that you guys have been making as well.
Sure. So Helping Hungry Homes is Smithfield's signature hunger relief program. We started the program back in 2008 as a way to not only make donations of protein, but also help raise awareness of hunger and food insecurity across the country. Oftentimes, we like to think that these are issues that affect someone else somewhere else, and that couldn't be further from the truth. These are issues that are prevalent in every single community across the country. So by working with Feeding America and the National network of food banks, we're able to make donations like this while also raising awareness of these types of issues. Outside of hunger relief, Smithfield's very passionate about education and community vitality in the places where we operate. So giving back and just making a difference, making sure that the communities are better because of our presence there.
And Jonathan, if our listeners and viewers want to just kind of keep up to date on Smithfield's efforts with the Helping Hungry Homes and just in general, how can they do that?
Absolutely. They can follow us on social media at Smithfield Foods on all of the different platforms, as well as checking us out on our website, smithfieldfoods.com, or following our sustainability reporting in the future.
Jonathan, thanks for taking the time to visit with us. And of course, next we have some meals to pack.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're so excited to be able to pack up some potatoes to go along with our donation of pork products here today, just making a real difference for the food bank and their clients.
Appreciate the time, and good luck as you guys continue to fight hunger.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Always great to see donations like that, especially to the Food Bank of Iowa, and exciting to see those meals go out to those families across the state who really need it. As for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at that ag weather outlook. The mornings have been foggy recently, and there has been a little bit of rain over the state. Of course, that moisture, very nice for those soil profiles. Not so great if you're trying to get out in the field for harvest. But luckily, looking into the next few days, even into this weekend, looks like the clouds are going to clear off a bit. Those temperatures going to warm up, make for some beautiful harvest weather. So let's see what the National Weather Service has in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, we have variably sunny skies with chances for showers in the east today, highs ranging from the low to upper 70s. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a chance for thunderstorms in the far east. Those lows overnight ranging from the low to upper 50s. And tomorrow, sunny skies as clouds decrease with those highs ranging from the mid-70s to mid-80s. And taking a look at the affiliate weather map for tomorrow, Cherokee will see sunny skies with a high of 79, Shenandoah sunny and 84, Des Moines sunny and 79, Waterloo decreasing clouds and 75, Albia sunny and 79, and Clinton will be mostly sunny with a high of 74. To get a more detailed forecast for your area of the state, check in with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. That's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook, and that also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website, that's iowaagnet.com. Also check us out on social media at Facebook, X, and LinkedIn, as well as TikTok. And of course, as always, check out our daily video content, including these previous episodes of Ag Matters PM on our YouTube channel. Hit that subscription bell and the notification icon to see when those videos go live. Don't forget as well our free twice daily market podcasts. You can find those wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts: Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network studios in Des Moines, I'm Riley Smith. On behalf of Mark Magnuson, Dustin Huffman, and Andy Peterson, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.